Happy Monday. It's Maya Paveza here for RE Technology, and today wanted to talk about agent expectations and client behavior, kind of a different topic. But as I sat at a closing today, the other agent and I were talking about the fact that, or I should say the broker and I, but we were talking about the fact that so often clients don't get along, and it's usually not because they've actually had any interactions together, but it's because there's a tendency to assign personalities based on the information shared between two parties. So it's sort of that telephone game of the buyer says something, the buyer's agent says something to the listing agent says something to the sellers. And by the time that message is translated, it may have an intonation, inflection, or something that wasn't there before. So it's most important to add to any educational process, explaining to your clients that personalities are presumed, that it's a very stressful process, and here's what they should expect. And also, a listing agent needs to kind of try to work with their seller and help them understand this is not your home. It is a house. It is a business transaction. So, so often you'll see sellers are offended by initial offers or what a buyer is willing to pay for a property. And that can make for a very contentious transaction. So to make your lives easier, it's always best to set expectations. Again, seems to be like I circle back to setting expectations all the time. There must be a reason. So set the expectations for the fact that until you guys sit down at the table together, or if you don't, sometimes they never do because they've gotten just so mad at each other for no reason because everybody's miscommunicating or misinterpreting. They really don't know the people. So, I had an instance where buyers and sellers, they're getting along famously. It was a perfect transaction for them, and some circumstances occurred that needed the sellers to remain in the property, and the buyers understood and were willing to accommodate that. And it was just such a smooth transaction, even though the sellers were very stressed out and the buyers were very stressed out. I said, look guys, this is one of the smoothest ones I've probably seen in 6 years. So I appreciate you were stressed out. It's real estate. It's the largest purchase of most people's lives, but you really had a very good transaction. And that's not to diminish the value of their stress, because obviously it is stressful and it's our jobs to make it easier. But if I compare this to a closing that I had last week where the seller was perfectly fine, the buyer was perfectly fine, but the other agent was really busy trying to just cause trouble and not listening, and it was kind of ugly at a point. So I just said, okay, we're going to stop right now, and we're going to go back, and we're going to check a couple of things because we weren't able to. And if you're going to play the, not negotiating and working nicely together game, then that's it. I'm protecting my client, top interest here, and, pull the brakes, hold the papers, hold the money, we're done. So, let everybody know that the most important thing there are the client's needs. And agents, they need to take their egos and check them at the door. It doesn't matter how you feel. It's your job. If you don't like it, find another job, okay? Your job is to serve your client and act in their best interest and at their direction, okay? And part of that involves sharing your knowledge. Now just remember, they don't speak real estate. Just because we deal with something every day, they don't. We may sell houses to people or sell listings every day. They don't buy or sell houses every day. So treat that like it is the first time you've ever done it, and explain everything as much as you need to and as often as you need to. Okay? Try to save yourself some trouble by keeping personalities out of it and trying to keep things as simple and straightforward and honest as possible. Not that anybody wouldn't be honest, but that's it. So, for Mondays with Maya, I'm Maya Paveza. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next week here at RE Technology.